Wow, wow, wow. Well, as you can tell, I'm out and about for our Facebook Live today. I guess we're going to sit in my car. I am at the dentist's office. Brought my wife to the dentist's office. But with COVID-19, I'm still outside, and she had to come back outside until they come out to get her. But I want us to spend this 11 minutes together, continuing on the series that we're on. Whatever your need is and whatever your goal is, this next principle, the third principle that we're covering from the book Think and Grow Rich, deals with the power of autosuggestion and how powerful autosuggestion can be in your life. Because the autosuggestion deals with the subconscious. When your subconscious mind begins to go to work, it makes things as fact. It makes things real. And part of the technique of working with autosuggestion has something to do with what you say. You're just saying it either out loud or in your mind. And I like saying stuff out loud because I understand life and death is in the power of the tongue. See, there's power that comes forth in what you say. So we make it a habit to use the autosuggestion. How do we use autosuggestion? Here's one technique. We write down what our goal is. Let's say, hello, Dylan. Let's say your goal is to make $5,000 a month or $10,000 a month. You write down $5,000 a month is what I want to make by such and such date. By the beginning of next year, January 20, whatever year it is. So let's say you write down 5,000 by January 20, we'll say 2021. And you then write down what are you willing to do to accomplish this goal? What kind of work are you willing to put in? Because there's no such thing as something for nothing. You got to be willing to sacrifice something. You got to be willing to give something to receive something. So it may be a sacrifice of saying, I'm going to put forth this much time. I'm going to talk to these many people. I'm going to do this kind of work. And you write that down. And then you visualize yourself having that. But what autosuggestion says, before you go to bed, you read off that information over and over again, and you say it out loud to yourself. And then when you wake up, you read it again. And what begins to happen, the brain starts going to work to drive you towards that success goal. It starts making you move in that direction to accomplish whatever you desire. It figures it out for you. So let me back up here. Because a lot of times we function in what is called unconscious, incompetent, meaning we don't know what we don't know. There's knowledge out there that we're not aware that we don't know it. Then we become aware that we don't know something, so we become conscious that we're incompetent, that we don't know what we're doing. Then we start coming to training classes like the training classes my team does Tuesday through Friday to create millionaires. We got a thing on our Zoom, and you can private text and get the Zoom information, or we have millionaire training class. And in the millionaire training class, they teach you the skill. You got to have the will, but we'll teach you the skill. And so if you have the will in the skill, they can teach you how to make an extra $2,000 a month with never leaving the house. We have techniques like trading on the foreign exchange, but we teach people how we build a team in order to make you a weekly check every Monday, whether you show up for somebody's job, so it's pandemic proof. We need to have something that is pandemic proof, because in the year 2021, the jobs are going, they're disappearing. The regular way you work, hello cousin, my cousin Tanya Randall, and Trey and Dylan, all of y'all welcome to the call. We do 11 minutes Monday and Friday. We do success principles. We do biblical principles that tie with success. We do things that help us grow in our everyday life. This is just 11 minutes of inspiration. We call it the SIT, Success Institute of Training. Welcome, Michelle from Virginia. We call it the SIT with Dr. TV, Success Institute of Training. And so Today's principle is the third principle from the book Think and Grow Rich, which is the study of 500 millionaires over a 25-year period. And the first principle was a burning desire to do something. Then the second principle was faith. And we're on the third of 13 principles on this Friday. This third principle, here again, is the principle of auto-suggestion. Welcome, Reginald Barlow. Welcome, Ken Argo. We're on the third principle of auto-suggestion. And when you're doing auto-suggestion, the scientific studies show that if you repeat it over and over again, and the Bible teaches that as a man thinking in his heart, so is he. So in order to get your brain to start thinking it, you got to sometimes write it down. You got to write down specific goals, write down a deadline, see yourself having it. You got to speak it out. So if you want to think of it from a scientific standpoint, self-fulfilling prophecy, you want to call it the secret because you're speaking it, or you just want to believe what the word of God says, we can have whatsoever we say it. And as a man thinking in his heart. But what scientists have proven is if you begin to repeat it over and over again, faith cometh by hearing, and when your brain begins to hear yourself say, I'm going to accomplish this goal by such and such date. And I go to sleep saying that. I wake up reading that. Let's say you've given yourself 3 months to do something. And if you are at the end of month 1 and you're a third away from your goal, then you know I'm on track. But let's say you're not a third of the way towards that goal. The subconscious began to take over and start making you work harder, saying you got to step your game up. The brain starts telling you, step your game up. We got to go get it. We got to go do this. You're not doing enough. So your brain begins to push you when you wouldn't normally push yourself because of this third principle of auto-suggestion. See, it becomes a burning desire in you because you say, I'm going forward. I'm not going back. Your brain is telling you, hey, I'm moving towards my goal, and I'm not going to let anything stop me. You know, I always like the shared stories of burning the bridges behind you. You know, a lot of people don't agree with that. They're used to the term never burn any bridge. But when it comes to becoming successful, you have to have a don't quit. I'm going to win at all costs. I'm going to talk to myself that I'm going in that direction. That means I'm going to burn the bridges behind me. I'm going to burn the boats. I have no way to retreat. It's either win or perish. It either go forward or die. The Marines were told by the general, hey, we're outnumbered 10-1. We either win or we perish. They won because they had no way to retreat. Don't give yourself a retreat. Don't give yourself an out. Don't give yourself excuses. Excuses are well-planned lies. You can either make excuses, I tell my team, or you can make money. You can make excuses or you can make money. You can't do both. It's easy to fight for our own limitations. It's easy to make excuses for why we fail. It's easy to not want to participate in our own rescue when we could just say, I'm going to fight for my rescue. I'm going to fight for what is right. I'm going to do what it takes because God wouldn't have put a desire in you, wouldn't have gave you the faith, and it wouldn't even give you techniques like auto-suggestion if you didn't have what it takes to accomplish what he wants. We got 1 minute left, and I want to bring this thing on home, guys, because we got lesson 4 would be on Monday. But so far, we've understood burning desire is principle number 1. Principle number 2 is having faith. Principle number 3 is auto-suggestion. And auto-suggestion is simply writing stuff down, reading over it, speaking it to yourself in the morning and the evening, putting it on your refrigerator, putting it on your mirror, just letting it be inside your system and get into you where even when you're tired and you don't feel like doing it, your subconscious pushes you towards your destiny. I want to thank each and every one of you for sitting with Dr. TV this Friday, for showing up at Success Institute of Training. Set your phone, set your Facebook. I don't know how to do all that stuff. My staff sets the stuff up for me, but you can set it up such that when I come on Monday and Friday, it alerts you like some of the regulars and you're right here. And I want to just pray that God blesses each and every one of you and take you to a whole nother level. The best is yet to come. Your better days ahead of you. I'm just glad to be here to give you some uplift. And and thank you for the words, Reginald Barlow. He's a mighty man of God, one of my frat brothers. He lifts as he climbs. He shared great system. If you ever get a chance to hear him minister, boy, special kind of guy. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to say, as always, I look forward to seeing you at the top, the tip top, and over the top. From Montgomery, Alabama, my name is Dr. T.V. Wilson, and I'm out.